Hey, what's going on, guys? Dwayne Chappelle here with the New Wealth Movement. And guys, I want to take the time. I'm actually excited to make this video. So first off, I took a big loss, all right, on the FTMO account. But I'm excited to make this video because a lot of people won't show you the losses that they take along trading and their journey. They only want to show you the wins. And one thing I've learned is you actually learn a lot from the losses. And I want you guys to be able to learn from my mistakes and everything that I did wrong last week. And if I didn't make that video, then I wouldn't be being transparent. I wouldn't be open and honest, right? It doesn't mean that I'm a bad trader either. I just had a bad week where I did not follow my rules on the FTMO account. And that's why I was explaining to you guys, you have to understand that trading a fund or someone else's money or an FTMO account is going to be completely different than trading your own, because, you know, when you trade your own, you have your own risk tolerances, and it's just a little bit different when it's your own money. So I'm not out of the challenge yet, but all right, I'm on life support. We'll see if we can bring that back. So let me just go over a few things before I jump into what happened, show you guys some charts, and then I'll go ahead this week, you know, and just see what I can do here on it. Now, keep in mind, I still trade my personal account. The crazy thing is I made profits on my personal account, right? But I kind of messed up the FTMO account. And that's the psychology part of it, all right? I know what I need when I'm doing my personal funds and what I need as opposed to building this challenge. So I'm excited to make the video. Any feedback is welcome. I know a lot of people do like negativity, that people like to see people lose, but there's also the people out there that I'm trying to reach and trying to touch by showing this video, so you can see that it happens to even good traders, right? And hopefully you learn from it if you're doing your challenge or your manual trading. All right, so let me just jump right in it. Also, please excuse me. I look like a wolf right now. I don't have any type of cut. Mustache is overhanging, but we got to make this video anyway. So keep in mind, two differences. Your account versus trading somebody else. All right, that's something that you have to be wary of, and just make sure you understand those differences. That's why it's going to be important for you guys to do the trials, to understand your strategy, to really have that plan going in. The other thing, stick to your plan. Stick to what it is you're going to do. If you have a stop loss, stick to the stop loss. Don't get caught up in revenge trading or back and forth trading, or if you don't know what the market is doing, which you never really know, but if you're really confused on a setup, then just don't take the trade. Just wait for something to come that's a lot cleaner, okay? What else can I think of that I need to talk about? I don't know. I think that's it for right now, but let me just kind of jump in. I'll show you guys, you know, what happened and kind of what I plan on doing to go forward. So let me minimize myself here. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and look at the account. So let's jump up here. As you guys can see, not looking too high, right? Looking like a terrible trader, but it is what it is. So my equity is to 92,731. Here's what I want you guys to understand. So on Friday, I got caught up just, you know, Friday was, I should have just cut it. But here's the thing. I did not let it go past the 5,000 max daily loss, which kept me in the game. That's what you have to remember. No matter what, you know, don't go past this 5,000. I do admit I started taking a couple shots towards the end where I knew I was going to be testing this 5,000 to try to make some money back, but I wasn't going to let myself go over the 5,000. So with the challenge, just remember, as long as you don't hit the daily loss, I mean, you're still in the game at the end of the day. Also, if you end the challenge after the 30 days and you're at least above what you started with, it could be by $1. They will give you another challenge for free. So just keep that in mind as well, okay? Just wanted to touch on that. So as you can see, it's looking pretty, you know, bad from what happened last week, but I'm actually going to show you guys, like, I had a lot of profit if I just would have closed a couple of trades too that I did close on my personal account. And that's the difference. I was closing stuff, trading one way on my personal and trying to trade a different way, you know, on the FTMO account, when in reality, you know, had I just took the profits and whatnot, you know, I would have been up, you know what I'm saying? Like pretty much close to hitting the challenge, because there was times I was up, you know, like I'll show you guys right here. Like, as you see, I lost like 3,700 this day. I was actually in profit this day. All right. This day that I made 1,450, I actually was up 3,700. So literally, like, the day I lost 3,700, the next day I should have closed out 3,700. I would have basically been break even. And then this day that I lost the 18, once again, I was actually in profit. But what happened was I was trying to hold some of these trades a little bit longer, and the market really didn't shift this week on the trades that I was trading for the most part. So it's like, for my rules, after a certain time or a certain level, if something's not happening, I should just cut that trade, and I actually should have cut it in profit. Something I did on my personal account, but I was trying to let that go to where it was supposed to go on the FTMO account. only to realize like that they were doing something different and then having to eat the loss. So that's pretty much what happened there. All right. So you guys can leave comments either way, whatever it is, I can take it. It's all good. Like I know how to trade. It's just this happened. Now let me actually jump in here and show you guys a couple of things on the chart. So one thing I want to show you is, all right, so this was that last week's trade on ECAD. Remember, guys, I took profit short. I took profit like way in here, even though I had a target here. This was like a first target and a second target. It ended up hitting the second target. So remember, if you have something that you think is going to play out, it's best to just manage it along the way. Even if you take half profits and then let half of your position ride, that satisfaction is going to be there. Plus, you'll gain what you need. Now, if I would have took half profits and they would have turned around, it wouldn't have mattered. I still would have booked profit on that trade, right? And could have possibly entered again. So I just wanted to show you that. Another thing here is let's go to this AU. So the first thing that killed me this week was AU. So I thought I was going to get a retest to this area and then a push back up. Even if it wasn't a higher high, I was going to get out, about 50 pips, which would have been in here, maybe like a 61 fib back up to this area. But what happened is it dropped to here and I got in prematurely. And then what happened is the market continued to dip out. All right. So yeah, it was trending upwards. But they came to my level. I didn't wait for a full confirmation and they pulled the chair on me. So here it is. They basically came down, and as you can see, it was still in that down trend line right here. I actually went to get in here because there was like a bullish candle, I think, on the 4-hour, but it never really broke this high and it never really broke out of this area. So it's like I should have waited for a solid break and pullback if I was going to buy. And as you can see, they just continued to dip. I got in kind of heavy on this one, and then after it broke the lows, I pretty much knew they were going to keep dropping, but I didn't go with it because I was already frustrated, right? And they ended up dropping like another 50 or more pips on that, where I knew that they were going to do it, but I didn't hop in after I took this loss right here. So that's pretty much what happened on that. This is just to show you again, like I waited for them to get to my zone. See this bullish candle right here? It didn't close above this one, so it was still down. I should have never entered on there. I guess I was trying to get in a little early. I was looking at a TDI, so it kind of caught me because I was looking at the uptrend, the TDI, and I was like, all right, I think this is it. But what would have been better is a nice engulfing candle, and then I could have tried to go for that move. All right, so that didn't happen. Now, what I want to show you right here was this GN trade, right? So the next one was I had this GN trade I was looking at, and I had this GA trade I was looking at. So this was about Asia session at the time that I took this screenshot, and I don't like entering in Asia, so I wanted to wait till London. I was actually in it, and then I closed it because I was like, you know what, let's just wait till London. But I was going back and forth between these two trades. I was trying to see which one was the better sale. So ultimately, I decided to go with the GN sale, right? Now, let me show you guys what happened on this. So GN ended up like super playing around, like going up. It spiked up, which I took a loss on the spike. I closed it short of my stop loss, and then it came back down, so I actually could have closed profit. So that's what happened. I was just doing some stupid stuff. Let's just be honest. Like, it didn't hit my stop loss, but I closed the trade. I should have let the stop loss sit there, and I would have been good. All right, so what happened was GA was perfect. It freaking just dropped. So, this is when I kind of got frustrated. And when you get frustrated, you just have to calm the hell down a little bit. So let me just go show you GA. So this was GA, the exact same thing I showed you guys. As you can see, this was at Asia when I took the screenshot. They came back around London, they dropped, and they just kept dropping to about where my take profit was going to be at. If you look at the amount of pips that I should have caught on that move, I mean, just from there to there was 150 pips. Even if I would have waited on a retracement, I could have caught it again, but I was already stuck in GN at this time. Could have had a tight stop loss and still caught over 100 pips on that move, which would have set me up very, very nice. But instead, I took a loss on GN because if you look at GN, it never did that. Like, this was the black line I was looking to sell it at. They spiked up here. This is when I took the loss. Then they came back. Then they came all the way up. You see, so they just started to super play around on GN. So it's really nothing you can do about that, except if you see two good trades that you like, you could take both of them with lower positions, and then if one of them pans out, you make profit, and if the other one doesn't, it'll still balance out. So that's something that I could have did. All right, but I just wanted to show you guys, kind of what happened on that. And then from there, you just have to stick with it. Sometimes you're going to have a good trade. Sometimes you're going to be wrong. Let's call it what it is. Like on the AU trade, look at it. I was wrong. This is where I wanted to buy it. Okay. I was fibbing this area here. because it was up. Or I had trend lines going up. Let me just zoom out and I'll show you. I had trend lines going up, you know, and deep down I had a feeling that this might drop. Ignore the bottom trend line, but as you see, it just continued right here, lower, lower, lower. See how that happened? It never broke out and it just came straight down. So, you know, and here's a support down here. So it's going to happen. You're going to take losses, but if you have a stop loss, you take your loss and then you just be smart. You know, definitely don't revenge trade. Don't do anything like that. But once again, I want to make that video. Oh, the other thing that I want to talk to you guys about before I end this video, we're just hitting 10 minutes here. When you take an FTMO challenge account, here's what I want you to understand. You don't have the amount that you think you have. So let me just go back and show you what I mean real quick. Just keep this in mind. So if I have a $100,000 account that I'm trading, right? Even if I do 1% or 2% of the 100,000, that's not really what I have. What you really have is whatever your max daily loss or max loss is. So instead of treating this like a $100,000 account, you should probably treat it like a $10,000 account, because that's truly all you have. If you lose 10,000, then the whole thing is over with. It's just like you blew your account because it's going to be over. So all you have is 10,000. You don't have 100,000. Also, you can take it a step further, and since you can't lose more than 5,000 in a day, treat it like all you have is a $5,000 account and trade that account as if you only have 5,000. Yes, when you're doing a challenge and you're trying to hit 10%, you're going to need to be a little bit on the more riskier side of it. You know, not too much, right? But because you have to hit that 10K within the 30 days, which is doable. And then after that, and you don't have a target, I think that's when the stress level will drop for you. But when you feel like you have to hit that 10K, you're trying to go a little bit bigger, a little bit more aggressive. But the one tip, or another tip I can tell you guys to really take on this or take from this is treat whatever size account you have like all you have is what the max loss and the max daily loss is. So if you're doing $1,000 challenge and your max daily loss is 500 or whatever it is, or sorry, it's a $10,000 challenge and your max daily loss is 500, you might want to just trade that account as if it was only 500, or trade it as if it was only 1,000. And I think that will help you guys as well. So just so you know what I'm planning on doing, I mean, I still have to trade my manual account because that's how I withdraw and get paid. But my goal with this right now is just to hopefully just get it back to 100K. I mean, I still got like 2.5 weeks. I want to get it back above 100K. That way, worst case scenario, I'll get another trial. I won't have to pay for that. But if things go well and I feel like I can get to the 110, then I'll take a shot and I'll go for it. But ideally, I want to just stay above the 100K because you do get a free challenge as long as you stay above what you started with. So, guys, feel free to comment. Feel free to leave your criticisms, whatever it is. I mean, I can take it. Also, remember to check the description for any links or any information that you guys might be looking for. Anybody else taking this challenge, I wish all you guys the best as well. And I'm going to keep posting until I either fail this challenge or continue on through it, because I have to be transparent with you guys, and I hope you do the same, because that's one thing that people don't do in this industry. All right, it doesn't mean that you can't trade, it doesn't mean that you're not a good trader. It's just different trading than trading by yourself. So that's the new wealth movement, guys. That's my video for this week, and I will see you guys next week.